Alright, Shalom. Alright, first I want to give all praises, all the glory, all the honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, that taught us the truth, and blessings to the elect and the remnant of Israelites who are scattered worldwide, who are predestined to be saved. This is Brother Yakal. Come with just a very short video, and Lord willing, you brothers and few sisters in this truth will be edified. Firstly, I want to say that I'll get to a few comments. People, a few brothers and sisters have left comments. I promise I'll get back. I'll after this video, after I post this video up, I will reply to your comments as soon as possible. I'm trying to make a habit of doing it, a lot sooner, rather than saying, "Oh yeah, I'll come back to that." Because I won't lie, I have to be honest with you, brothers, and you few sisters that are in this truth that watch, brothers like me and Great Millstone's videos. My short-term memory is not very good. It might have something to do with the sickle cell. There is some studies that show that, but me personally, my short-term memory is not good. So please don't be offended, But anyway, today's lesson is about prophecy and what's going on. And there's been major happenings in the UK, and we're going to show it. And Lord willing, this will escalate into, the prophecy of race riots. Because now there's two things that have happened. Recently, literally about 2 weeks ago, there was a riot in Leeds. If you don't know where Leeds is in the UK, it's a northern town. All right. The UK is very multicultural. All right. England in particular. I mean, London is like a melting pot of every race. You got blacks, all right, who are Israelites. You got blacks who are like Somalians. You have Romanians. You have Roma Gypsies. You have Sri Lankans, Bengalis. You have whites, you have, crackers, let's call them crackers. You have Chinese, you have a South Korean population in Merton and New Malden. I mean, you have a really melting pot. But when you go to up north, you have that same kind of melting pot. And Leeds is in the north. And in England, the north and south divide is huge. Up north tends to be a lot poorer, all right, lack of investment, etc. And if you are in a town where you are a minority, and you're in a place like Leeds or Manchester, and it's an area where it's mainly minorities like blacks or Asians, it's going to have its problems, all right. Now, a couple of weeks ago, there was riots in Leeds, and the background story of it, I'll show you, is that the Roma community, all right, when I say the Roma community, people who are Romanian, I think they are. I think it's Romanian gypsies. I might be wrong, but definitely they're from Romania, all right. Basically had social services take away a couple of children. All right, and the police were called to assist, and the people in the area, because it's a very Roma community there, and Asians in the same area, very working class area, very poor kind of area, they went mad. All right, and obviously this country being a cracker country, and you know how crackers are. Crackers don't understand when they see things like that happen, and I'm not making excuses for what you're about to see, but we had this in 2011 when they killed an Israelite guy called Mark Duggan, and they shot him. The police shot him and said he had a gun, which was a damn lie. All right, it was all done. They did it in Tottenham, which is a community where it's Israelites, and they've had problems with the police and still have problems with the police. They knew that doing a killing of a young black guy in that area, and they did not tell his family. Okay, his family had to find out from people around the area. And then there was a protest outside a police station. Then riot police came out. And then for about a week, we had riots in London. And then all over the UK, it spread. All right, I wasn't in the truth back then. But I'm telling you this. The next time you see something like that, I guarantee you, man. All right, that's going to be the start of what is going to be the embryonic stages of Jacob's trouble. Lord willing, anyway, we hope. Okay, now there's different videos on it, but I think the best one and the most balanced one is the one I saw on channel. It was by Channel 4. This is it. All right.
Whatever they could find. Outnumbered, the police left. We were told today to try and calm the situation. It would be several hours before they returned. You can hear a helicopter up above. That might, I guess, be a police helicopter, but actually down here, I haven't seen a single police officer, a single police car apart from the one that was tipped over. Just there, that burning wreckage, not so long ago, that was a bus. Why did all this happen? What led to so much anger last night and still today among the Roma community in this part of Leeds? The catalyst, it seems, was a visit by social workers to a family in the area. A video of what happened next has been posted online.
Taking the kids away?
West Yorkshire Police say their officers helped move the social workers and children to a place of safety.
See the kids trying to get away?
Social workers were met with hostility.
Yeah. See?
You know what I think about your government, about your social worker now? That's really shame. I'm sorry what happened yesterday with this, yeah? We apologize for what happened with this. But the point is, what they did, how to come inside and to get a young kids, yeah?
With questions about community relations and about what will happen in the coming hours and days, at a press conference, the Mayor of West Yorkshire confirmed some arrests have already been made and called for calm.
It was so distressing for the community, and I want to publicly commend those people that through the night were on the streets ensuring that the outcome wasn't worse than the outcome that we saw.
Oh, that's Councillor Martin Ali from Green Party trying to stop it.
Among those trying to stop more damage, more things being burned last night.
See?
Martin Ali, a local councillor in Leeds.
Look at that, local councillor.
Because of that anger and because of that threat from the bricks and bottles, we were trying to protect the police. I mean, there was a couple of us who were providing a sort of shield, a human shield in front of the police officers. But unfortunately, I mean, there were just too many people throwing too many projectiles.
Are you alright?
Tired.
As people who live in this area started putting out the still smouldering fires at a nearby retail park, the emergency services en masse waited before coming back to damp down in the early hours. A tactic said today to have worked in ending things without injury, without further escalation. This weekend will be another test, though. Well, although earlier today that wreckage of the burned-out double-decker bus that was on this street last night was taken away from here, I think it is fair to say that there is still a damping down exercise going on here in Hare Hills this evening, a dampening down of tensions, because, you know, there is still a huge amount of upset and anger here this evening. That was referenced, I think, by Tracy Braben earlier today, the Mayor of West Yorkshire, when she asked parents to make sure they know where their kids are tonight. But she also addressed some of the stuff that's being posted online, because there is an awful lot of misinformation, and I would say in some cases deliberate stirring, actually, being posted in some quarters. And she said it's no time for dog whistle politics. We also heard from a representative from the Roma community here earlier today who was wanting to reassure people who live here, when she addressed a big group from the community to tell them that the children
So as you can see, because they tried to take these two Roma kids, all right, and I'm not sure if they're Roma gypsies, because a lot of them, a lot of the Roma people, right, the Romani people, all right, some of them are some of the gypsy communities in Europe, all right, some of them, not all of them, are Israelites. All right, they are some of them are Israelites. All right, now why can I say, how can I say, oh, some of these people are Israelites? Because some of the gypsy communities in Europe, all right, they basically started their tradition of traveling when our empire was falling from 1453 really to the mid 1700s. All right, and this is why you have the gypsy community over there in Ireland, man. All right, okay. So some of them are Israelites, you know. I mean, some of them aren't, because obviously intermixing and stuff. But what you have to understand is that many of them have a what's the word? Like, there was a program about the gypsy community in Manchester, and they were all very religious. They were all very believed in Jesus, you know. And if you look at this guy, Tyson Fury, all right. Now these people that had the case in Leeds, who were at the case, they were the Roma people, all right, and they're from, I think, Romania, all right. And I don't think that those are the same people, you know, as what I'm talking about, the gypsies. But if you look at Tyson Fury, he calls himself the gyp. Yeah, he called himself the gypsy king. All right, and what does he always talk about? Like when he faced Deontay Wilder, what did he keep saying? I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, etc. Because he's a Benjamite. That's why. He's a black, and that's the reason why he's just been beaten by Alexander Usyk, and that was on points. All right, and this is his family. Look how much kids he's got, man. All right, he's got about 5 kids. I think he's got another one. All right, and he called himself the Gypsy King. Okay, so the Roma people, there's a people called Roma gypsies. All right, a lot of the gypsies a lot of them are Israelites, but the people that were in this case, where is it now? In this case, they're the Roma people. All right, and apparently they're from Romania, so I'm not sure about their background. But as soon as these kids were taken out of the house, the community was outraged, and you saw the kids struggling. Now the police have a job to do, man. They have a job to do. All right, if there's a protection order and blah blah blah, they have to come and enforce it. All right, but the strong sense of the community, it took a few people crowding around, seeing this happen. And then what happened? All right, you had people apparently from outside of the community come in, all right, organized on social media, who don't like the police, and started smashing up cars, burning things down. And some of these people were from the Asian community. Some of them were from the Roma community. Some of them were crackers, you know, etc. But look at the reaction. And this is the point of this video, is that what is this stoking? Racial tension, man. That's what this is stoking. Have a look at this reaction from these crackers, man. All right.
Nothing. Throwing a fizzy drinks bottle at a critter Twitter, but frankly, usually they do a better job than the mainstream media when it comes to getting to the heart of a matter, seem to expand across the whole of Hares Hill. And when I looked at the footage, all the videos being posted online.
Look at this.
We've had Moffat Ali there, who's the new Green councillor for the area, who
look at this guy.
widespread indignation when he shouted Allahu Akbar after being elected, seemingly actually trying to calm things down. So credit to him. But when I looked at the footage coming out, there were some big sort of football hooligan type yobbos kicking in police cars. But it struck me, frankly, that a lot of the people out on the streets attacking the police who were trying to sort this whole mess out looks like people who were probably in here as immigrant communities or possibly second generation. I don't know. But the visuals of it, the optics of it, looked to me almost like we're heading to the route of race riots.
Yeah, it reminded me of the race riots that we've seen over the years, back in the early 80s and in the early 2000s. And look, that community is largely of ethnic minorities. It is an immigrant community. I don't think it's right to say there were lots and lots of speculation on Twitter this morning. It was the Muslim community kicking off. I don't think that's right to characterise it as.
No, I don't think we can say it's this community, it's that community, and every community is going to have people who kick off and those who stay at home and or try and stop things from happening.
But it did see.
You see? But look what they're pointing at. They're pointing at race, the optics of it. All right? The optics of it. That's the main thing. Now, what does the Bible say about this? Because the Lord did say that there's going to be different signs of his coming, man. All right? There's going to be different signs of his coming. And, by the way, and I'm going to show you in the next clip, that there has been 2 days ago, and listen, I'm telling you, I'm telling you based upon what's the word? I'm telling you based upon spiritual inclination. This event that happened 2 days ago in Southport, all right. Southport is in Merseyside, a northern town and just near Liverpool, not too far from Liverpool, right? Okay, and basically they said that there was little kids playing in a play center, and a guy came in with a mask and stabbed kids, and 3 of them have died. 6 of them are in intensive care, and when they said 6, I just knew that it was a psychological operation, And if people don't know what a psyops is, let's Google it. A psyops is something that psyops. All right, the meaning. Let's see. All right. Military operations usually aimed at influencing the enemy's state of mind through non-combative means. All right. And that basically means staging events. All right. So just like 9/11 was a psyop. All right. They did it themselves. That's why it was a controlled demolition. There was no planes that flew into the towers. That's all. That's all been debunked. All right. And I believe that this thing. I believe that this Southport thing is a psyops. I could be wrong. But basically, it happened. Now, when we talk about kids dying, everyone's emotional on it. Now they've said that a 17-year-old boy has been arrested for it. And there's rumors that the boy was an immigrant. And guess where he was from? Rwanda. And if you don't know where Rwanda is in East Africa. It neighbors Congo. All right. And the UK government said that the last Conservative government said they're going to take illegal immigrants, asylum seekers, and ship them to Rwanda. And now the new government has scrapped that because it was huge money and it was immoral, man. But all of a sudden, this guy is an immigrant. All right, his parents are immigrants, and he's a descendant of an immigrant from Rwanda. That's the rumor. All right, now because of that rumor, and we're talking about kids being stabbed here. All right, many people have started to. After a couple of days, you had far right protesters. all right, far right protesters started to basically go to a mosque. Well, I mean, what does a mosque have to do with killing children? All right, and the guy was Rwandan. They went to a mosque and started pelting a mosque in Southport with bricks, and the police had to intervene. Let me show you that. You see, and I'm sure that was a psyops, man. But let me give you a background to this story. Look at that. Riots erupt outside a mosque. What does a mosque have anything to do with someone from Rwanda? But the reason is that because these kids were Caucasians, they're going mad about it. You see? You know? Sorry about the adverts. Let's get all this out of the way.
Passed away this morning. The
See?
two other girls were aged 6 and 7. They went there to dance along to pop star Taylor Swift. Now they're gone. 8 other children suffered stab wounds, 5 of whom are still in a critical condition, alongside 2 brave adults who were injured trying to protect the youngsters. And today the Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, was heckled in the streets as he laid flowers at the scene in Southport.
Time to change, Starmer. Come on, needed. How many more children? Remind that. Grab your photos, off you go. Make a real change, Starmer.
And what can the Prime Minister do about knife crime? He can't do anything about it. You know, he can't do nothing about it. What do you want him to do? Take away everyone's knives from their kitchen? This is a psyops, man.
You could hear angry locals saying, "Is that it?" in regard to the Prime Minister briefly laying the flowers at the scene. And tensions have continued to rise throughout the day. In the last hour, a large crowd has gathered outside a mosque, chanting and throwing stones and bottles at riot police. Officers stood guard outside the building amid chants of "No surrender" and "English till I die" from sections of the crowd.
See, English till I die. Now, what has the stabbing children, all right, got to do with a mosque? And the rumor is that this person was Rwandan, was a descendant of Rwandan immigrants. Rwandans are Hamites, the majority of them. There must be Israelites among them, but most of them are Hamites. All right, so that's the rumor. All right, and that's the reason why the far right went over there, because the English Defence League, they're far right scum, and then they started going and throwing things at a mosque, madness. And these and again, these crackers are not from the area; they came from other areas in, just like you saw with the other riot. All right, so where is all of this in the scriptures? Let's go to Matthew's, because Yahawashi did say signs of Hamashiach's return. Signs of Yahawashi's return. Alright. Alright. And that's the great thing about the blue letter, because, and I've got to use the blue letter more when I'm doing these videos, because it has headings, it has subheadings. So it will show you there. If I put this scripture, alright, and I put it on the King James Online, it ain't gonna have that subheading, but the subheading here gives you more clarity, and it even gives you precepts. Look, there you go. Look, see, gives you precepts. That's beautiful. All right. Now let's start. All right. Matthew 24 verse 3, and he sat on the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, "Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world?" And the end of Esau's world. Alright? Alright? The Bible says Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay? So the white man's world, his so-called New World Order, has to reach a pinnacle. Alright? It has to reach a pinnacle, which is really the MOTB and World War III. And that's when Yahawashi is going to come back. But they asked Yahawashi, all right, when they were on the Mount of Olives with him, the disciples said, what's going to be the signs of your coming? And he answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. This is Matthew 24:4. All right, verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. Now, is that not happening already? It is happening. All right. Look at it. I just Googled men who say that they're Jesus. And these crackers and a nigger are saying that they are Yahawashi, basically. You know? And this guy in Africa, he's got a huge following, man. And he says that he is a Yahawashi. Then you have this cracker over here, this Australian man, saying that he's Jesus because he has long hair. No, you're Cesare Borgia. And then there's a man over there in Russia, I think he's in Serbia, in Siberia. I think this is him. All right. See, who say that he is the Messiah. Look. And these people actually believe it, man. All right. There must be people that are just, what's the word? You know, you pay them and they spread the word. But then there's people that are deceived by that. So basically, this prophecy is come to pass already. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am, because Christ means anointed. Hamashiach is anointed in Paleo Hebrew. All right. And shall deceive many. All right. Verse 6, Matthew 24:6. And you shall hear wars. And we have wars over there in Lebanon with Israel and Hamas, you know, Gaza, all right, Ukraine, Russia, and rumors of war. And we have rumors of World War III and other wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation. All right, and what is nation against nation? Nation is short for nationality. That's one race against another. Kingdom against kingdom. All right. That's Russia going against America. All right. China against Taiwan. All right. And there shall be famines and pestilences. We had that with the pandemic. Earthquakes in diverse places. And we've had many earthquakes. Remember the Turkey earthquake and the earthquake in Syria? And it says what? In verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Now let's concentrate on verse 7, where it says, for nation will rise against nation. Now let's go to the Greek and nation, all right? If you click on it, and that's why...
Strong's G 1484, ethnos.
It says
Ethnos.
It says ethnos. What does that sound like? Your ethnic origin, man. All right, let's go down here. And what does it say? A multitude associated in living together. Company, swarm. All right, human family, bingo. Human family, race, your genus. All right, tribe, nation, people, group. Okay. All right, so a nation against nation is one race of people against another. So in the UK, with this thing that happened in Southport, and also what happened in Leeds, you saw the reaction. You saw their reaction. All right. Their reaction was what's it called? Their reaction was what's the word? Their reaction was wickedness, man. You know, their reaction was these people are out of their minds, and you know, it's an ethnic mishmash of people and this, that, and the other. Now, this happened today with these scumbags. All right, what are they gonna say about these people? They're all crackers that are here, man. And they went outside a mosque. What does a mosque have anything to do with stabbing children? No one is justifying it, but that shows you the hatred that they have in their heart for anything that doesn't look like them. All right. So you blacks, especially in the UK, all right, you're gonna be in for a rude awakening. Now, we're seeing riots everywhere. Now, when Yahawashi was on the scene, all right, when Yahawashi was on the scene, and doing his teachings, all right, and we can testify to this as well. When we go out, especially when we've been on the high streets, I'm telling you, riots used to happen, man. Especially in Brixton. Brixton wasn't as bad, but Peckham, oh my gosh. We were surrounded by many of our own wicked people. All right. The police used to harass us all the time. They used to arrest us. But that's what happened to Yahawashi. Now, if you go to Luke 23 and 5, this is about, it's Yahawashi's trial before Pontius Pilate. All right. All right. If you go to Luke 23 and 4, see, so there's riots that are in righteousness because the words that you're speaking, because the Lord said, if they hate you, know that they hated me first. All right. The same doctrine that Yahawashi taught, all right, the men of the Lord, all right, are going to teach the same thing. The elect is going to teach exactly the same thing, and they're going to be hated by the majority. And I'm telling you, man, we had some real incidences. I mean, sometimes, I'm not going to lie, sometimes my heart was beating. I was a little bit nervous at one point. There was one time where we had some Benjamites, and they looked like they wanted to beat us up, They kept saying King James was a white man, a batty man. And we couldn't even bring out the evidence to show that King James was black, and that madness of King James being gay came from a white man called Anthony Weldon. They were such animals, but that's what happened with Yahawashi. When he taught, riots broke out. Luke 23 and 4. Pilate turned to the leading priests and the crowd was full of many our people, and said, I find nothing wrong with this man. So Pilate was like, listen, Yahawashi ain't done nothing wrong. All right, verse 5. Then they insisted, but he is causing riots by his teaching wherever he goes all over Judea, from Galilee to Jerusalem. And the reason why there were riots is because he spoke the Lord's words. He didn't speak his own words. He spoke his Father's words. He said, I came to do his Father's business. So there's riots that are righteous because of the holy words that you're speaking out of your mouth. But these people are just rioting out of wickedness, hatred.
Injuries in chaotic scenes outside of the mosque. A riot van was also set on fire. A police helicopter is all...
Now, what are they going to say about these animals here? All right, you saw what they saw about, because there was Asians and Roma, and there was a few crackers over there in Leeds, and you saw the reaction from this telecast here, Talk TV. All right, it's a mishmash of people, and if you actually keep watching this, like one of them says, aren't they grateful for what they have in the UK and this, that, and the other? And listen, I'm not actually vindicating these people. You saw that Asian guy was trying to light a bus on fire. What's that got to do? You're an adult, man. You see? So I'm trying to show you that this disorder, this chaos that the Bible talks about race riots and uproars of the people, it's around the corner. All right? It's around the corner. What are they going to say about these scumbags, man? All right? And that just happened today, so let's watch this space. But if you go to 2nd Esdras, all right? Let's start from verse 1. All right? 2nd Esdras 9 and 1. He said, and this is in the Apocrypha, and that's the reason why I can't put it in the blue letter. Because if you put it in the blue letter, anything in the Apocrypha, let's see, it doesn't, it doesn't really have that. 2nd Esdras, see? It doesn't have the Apocrypha in it, It has only the 66 books that are in the Bible. So if you want the Apocrypha, scripts in the Apocrypha, just put it in Google or put it in this King James Bible online. All right, so 2nd Esdras 9 and 1. He answered and said unto me, measure thou the time diligently in itself. All right, and what does that mean? to be diligent in the short time that we have. All right. It says, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. And the same with you brothers and sisters that watch these videos. It's not just for you to just watch these videos and take it as entertainment. All right. Study it, man. Write the scriptures down. That's how the things that I know of the scriptures and the breakdowns and stuff like that, I learned it because I wrote it down. I watched another brother in Great Millstone or the Apostles, and I started to write things down in notes. Okay? Alright? And when you seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, and we've seen some of these signs. You know, we highlighted it in Matthew chapter 24 verse 7. Alright? Verse 2. Then thou shalt understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest, which is the Heavenly Father, the Most High, Yahweh, will begin to visit the world which he made. Yeah, and when I mean visit, it means judge it. Alright? Judge it. Because they're doing wickedness. Now, no one is excusing what happened with those kids. What's that got to do with blowing up a bus? Lighting a bus? What are you going to achieve with that, man? What are you going to achieve with that? You see, these people need to be fucking judged, man. Alright? What's that got to do with taking kids away? Alright? And just, you know, lighting a bus. And it was an adult. You know? It's madness. Alright, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be earthquakes, and we've had that, and uproars of the people in the world. And I'm showing you uproars in the UK. Alright? And we know there's uproars over there in America all the time. But we have to show what is going on around the world. But I have to show you what's going on in our patch, to show you that the Lord's prophecies are worldwide. Alright? Verse 4. Then thou shalt well understand that the Most High, alright, the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So all of these things that were written down in the Bible, alright, including the Apocrypha, alright, which is a canonized book. Remember, the Apocrypha was taken out by these whites called the Bible Destruction Group. Alright? A Bible Destruction Group. So anyone that is in this truth, alright? See, look, one such proselyter was Frankist Carl Anthony, who in 1776 organized the Biblical Destruction Group, a closed circle of intellectuals. Alright? And they're the ones that removed this, the Apocrypha, which was in between the Old Testament and the New Testament in the Bible, in the King James Bible. When King James had the 1611 Bible, alright, it had the Apocrypha in it. So when we bring out scriptures in the Apocrypha, and you know, some people that are new in this truth come out of Christianity, they say, oh, but those books weren't canonized. They were. The devil took it out. The white man took it out because Christopher Columbus used the Apocrypha, 2nd Esdras 13 and 40 in particular, to find out how to get to the Americas. Because it shows you that in the Apocrypha. Okay? So that's just some background for you. But these are all prophecies that are happening. So when these things are happening, so let's hope that, and me personally, I believe that this stabbing stuff is a psychological operation. I could be wrong, all right? But when any time they say six kids are in intensive care, all right? No, that's their number, 6, all right? They're very into numerology, these Satanists. 33, which is the highest degree of Freemasonry, and 6 is their number because, like the Bible tells you, all right, it talks about the number of the beast, 306. That means 666. All right. That's why when we had the so-called scamdemic and they opened everything up, they said you can go out to restaurants in groups of 6. All right. If you look at the conservatives who are out of power now, conservatives, all right, leadership race, all right, leadership race. How many candidates are there, man? There's 6 of them, all right. Some of the, he's the leader for now, but he's resigned, all right. But there's 6 new candidates. You know, there you go. That's it. 6 new candidates. Why is it 6? Why not 10? Why not 5? You see? So all of these people, they're lower Masons, man. All right, Tom, and this black sellout, man, Kemi Badenoch. All right, she actually made a statement saying that the UK is not institutionally racist. You see? Sad, man. Very sad. And that really brings to the like the last video I did was on integrity. A lot of our people, to go up in Esau's chain, you've gone up the ladder, but you've done things that have lost your integrity because you never had it in the first place. The Lord didn't give you that integrity. All right, a couple more scriptures, then we're going to close. Let's prove there's more scriptures showing that there's going to be race riots. So this is a time to really, what's the word, man? You know, really pray to the Lord and ask Him for protection, man, and value every day that you have to do something for the Lord. All right, to you know, I know, not, you know, people got busy lives, and you might not be able to do everything every day for the Lord, you know, but you've got to make that effort. And the Lord will see your effort, because when these bad times come, He's going to put a spiritual hedge of protection around us. A lot of our people, all right, in these race riots, they're going to get slaughtered and put to death, man. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have crackers and other races, because these other heathens don't like us either. You think them Asians like blacks? They don't like blacks. All right, especially up north, man. They use the N-word regularly, man. Okay, and we've not done anything wrong to them. All right, this is Isaiah 14, all right, and 13. Now let's put that on the blue letter, which is much better. All right, so with Yahawashi, when he was doing his ministry, riots broke out. But hey, those riots that were breaking out was because of righteousness, because of what he was saying. Because the people that listened to his message, they were just, you know, who did the rioting, they were wicked, man. But there was always a small group of people that stuck up for him, you know. All right. When he was carrying the cross, okay, and, you know, he was being beaten and whipped and mocked by our people, there was women weeping for him, man. All right. Those women were righteous women, man. Okay. They believed in what he, you know, his message was. All right. This is Isaiah 13 and 14. All right. Look at it headed, man. All right. Judgment on the day of the Lord. All right. Judgment on the day of the Lord. And that judgment is coming, man. All right. But there's going to be a build up to that judgment. All right. Isaiah 13 and 14. And it shall be as the chase roe. All right. And a sheep that no man taketh up. All right. Every man shall turn to his own people. All right. And flee everyone to his own land. So you niggas that hold hands with the enemy, you're gonna have to make a conscious decision, because everyone's gonna turn back to their own people, man. All right. And there's a YouTube channel called Runaway Slave. All right. It's called Runaway Slave 2.0. All right. And oh my gosh, when you see all the cases, this guy does a really good job, because you can look, there's the channel, subscribe to it. It shows you all the murders in America, all right, of whites killing blacks, you know. And also, because of this Kamala Harris, some of the people now who can see basically right through her. She's not for you, man. All right. And she is an Israelite, unfortunately, because her dad was Jamaican, you know, a Benjamite, and her mum was a Gongading, Indian, Elamite, you know. But look, when she was the she was the Attorney General over there in San Francisco or San Diego or California, wherever it was, and she was locking you blacks up, man, giving you harsh sentences for drug violations, man. All right, but you know what? It was the Lord that put the spirit on her to do that, because you shouldn't be dealing drugs anyway. You stupid niggers, man. All right, so let's go back. So that's a channel that you should look at, because this guy posts every week, and there's always these stories of whites who were friends with blacks, who were going out with blacks, women, going out with black men, and so forth, killing their partners or killing their friends, because that hatred is still there. All right. So Isaiah 13:14 says, "They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land." So it's gonna get so bad. All right. In this tribulation, people are gonna turn to their own people, man. And Lord willing, we're seeing the embryonic stages of this. All right. Everyone found shall be thrust through, and everyone joined unto them shall fall by the sword. All right. So you can be with the enemy all you want and love them. All right. You can die with them. Their children shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes, and their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. And what does that mean? Rape. All right. So in this tribulation that's coming, Jacob's trouble, those are the things that are going to happen. So you're going to have the Lord's favor. All right, around you, and have those protective angels around you. The Lord will make an escape if you put the work and the time in, man. Okay. So all those people that hated Yahawashi's message, they're on the earth today because of reincarnation. So fuck them, man. All right. This is last scripture I'm going to close. This is Proverbs 13:13. Whosoever despises the word, all right, and it's not our word. It's not even Yahawashi's word. It's the Lord's word. It's his Father. He said, "I've come to do the will of him that sent me." It's Yahweh's words, man. So whoever despises the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded. All right. Verse 14. The law of the wise is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death. All right. So a part of escaping all these calamities that are coming, it's going to be rough, man. It's going to be very rough, especially someone like me, you know, having an illness and so forth. So you're going to have a, a spiritual protection. The Lord will be with us if we put the time in now, all right, to do the things that please the Lord, man. So if you're a sister or brother in this truth, all right, if you're a brother, you can at least keep your beard, man. You know, not round the corners of your head. You know, you can honor the Sabbath. I'll do a video on that to show you what the Sabbath is like. You know, how you know when the Sabbath is. The Sabbath is based upon the new moon. All right, it's not based upon this bullshit calendar that we've got now. Okay, I'll do a video on that soon. You know, all right. You can do the basics. Stop eating pork. If you can't do these basic things, you don't love the Lord. It's as simple as that, man. And therefore, when these race riots come and these calamities, you're gonna have a horrible death. If you're a woman, you might be what? Ravished, man. Alright? And what does the word ravished mean? You know? Ravish. Alright? It's in
Strong's
Hebrew.
H 7693. Chagall.
Shaggal. To violate, to ravish, to violate. When a woman's been violated, what is that? It's rape. Okay? So this is not a game, man. Alright? And it might be, listen, your faith might be tested. The Lord you might be in this truth and stuff and go through Jacob's trouble and you might get raped along the way. Is that gonna make you think, oh good, okay, God's not with me? You know? I'm just telling you all the possibilities that can happen. You know? We have to be honest about all of these things because one of our duties is to warn you. Alright? To warn you of danger. Alright? To warn you of the prophecies that are coming. Okay? Alright? Ezekiel 3:17. Okay? And look, it says in the top, it says Ezekiel's commission. Alright? His commission, man. His duty. Alright? Ezekiel's a prophet. We're prophets, so we have a duty. And our duty is what? Ezekiel 3:17. Son of man, I have made you a watchman unto the house of Israel. Not unto the house of Ishmael, or the house of Edom, or the house of Elam. We don't care about these heathens, man. You know? It's the house of Israel, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And today I met two people from Ecuador. They were Israelites, man. You know? And they did the intercom in my in my apartment. And I spoke to them, you know, and one of them was really cool, man. And I said that you know, the Ecuadorians are Israelites, and he knew. So he's heard, man. All right. So I've made you a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. All right. So that's our job. We have to give you warning of these things that are coming, man. All right. Verse 18. When I say unto the wicked, and when it says the wicked, it's the wicked ones of our people, thou shalt surely die, and thou shalt not give them warning, nor spake to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his wicked life. I did that with my aunt and my dad. Told them they were Israelites, they didn't care. Pandemic came, the Lord put them both to death. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I acquire at thy hand. So if we don't tell you these things, the blood's off our hands. It will be on our hands. So us doing this is shaking the blood off our hands. So we have we're not guilty, we're guiltless, because we've done our job to warn you. Okay? So take this thing seriously. This is not entertainment. Alright? So listen, I pray you're edified. To the next one, shalom.